Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Frozen Frontier.
All right.
So
I think we want to spend a couple of days. If we can't fortify this place, we could at least stockpile it with some wood. So
yeah, I think what we should do if we can't fortify it is choose the most inaccessible part of the bottom, like the thing that someone would have to go looking to find. Right? There's basements and stuff. Mm-hmm. So find one that like this place has obviously been looted before. Find a place where it's unlikely someone would just walk through and loot offhandedly and store some stuff.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it's 5 miles to the tree line. Is that true, Neal? Or is there a couple of trees along the way, like nearby, that, it's not a forest, but there might be a few trees here and there?
No trees.
So I would have to walk out 5 miles to chop trees and bring stuff back, so it's not easily doable. It would take all of us to head out there.
It'd be a full day's activity, probably a 2-day activity.
We can't stay here that much longer either way. Like, we need to start heading back.
I think we can do... What's the date?
5th.
We've got 20 days to get back, so I think we can translate the book here. Does it look like you could do it in 2 or 3 days, Jaromir?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Does it look like you could translate the book in about 2 or 3 days?
Depends. Probably. I think 2 or 3 days I could get the gist of it for sure.
All right, let's give it 2 days then. Try and translate the book. I'll keep an eye out from the top of the tower to see if there's any movement south or any gnolls walking around or anything like that.
Am I back at this point?
Yes.
Okay. So what's this about a book? I assume y'all fill me in.
Oh yeah.
There's a book. There's secret cubbies.
Yeah, most of them are empty, but Faris found this one.
You sure you found them all? And I think Grimes takes to searching the place himself.
If you want to find more, be my guest.
Why don't we just stockpile treasures here? What are you worried? What are you talking about?
The concern was less for the treasures and more making a safe, defensible location for us to rest in.
Yeah. Fort without a door isn't really much of a fort, is it?
Well, there's we might not be able to do it now, but in the future, if it seems that there's interesting things to range south from here, we can always invest some money to fortify this place.
Right. I understand the value in fortifying it, Jaromir. I just don't know if it's an immediate priority.
Fair enough.
We're soon to be heading back north anyways.
Book first. My accent's fucking gone, guys. I'm sorry.
It's fine. So, Jaromir, do you pull Grimes aside that evening?
At a convenient time, I'll kind of come up to you and tap you on the shoulder when we're alone and be like, I will need to borrow a ring if you would give me the opportunity. Otherwise, the book will remain mystery.
Oh, right. That book. Yeah, sure. And I look over my shoulder, see William preoccupied with something, and slip my glove off. Probably struggle to get it turned over where the ring is sewn in.
I will do best to
hand my gloves over to Jaromir.
I will do best to keep a ring
Here, you can borrow my gloves to keep your fingers warm.
I appreciate it. And I'll go find some remote room by myself.
Cool. So you begin to translate this book. I'm going to PM you some stuff about it.
Cool.
William.
Yeah.
I have you this time, and Ferris lays down the Mancala board.
Here, bring it up to the top of the tower. I like you to keep an eye out the window.
Very well.
All right. You can sit in the top room.
I think Grimes is furiously testing every brick of this place, trying to find his own secret cubby holes.
And Ferris is confident you're not going to find a single thing.
Nope. Ferris already got the good stuff. We hear Ferris screaming from the rooftops.
Yeah, you win another game, and there's just after one more, you hear maybe a soft click and followed by, God damn it! A loud thud as the board and pieces go flying across the room.
With age comes wisdom, Faris.
I'm older than you are, you son of a bitch.
Well, you don't look it.
No, I've aged much more gracefully.
Yeah. The wisdom is a reward for becoming old and haggard like myself.
I see. As your body decays, your mind, well, I suppose that also decays.
All right.
Something must flourish in there. Something.
It's called wisdom. It's experience, life experience. You wouldn't have too much of it since you lived in the middle of a... Well, you might as well have lived here for for all that matters. There's actually more going on here than where you lived.
It's true. It was a fairly remote location.
You see, this is why I'm so good with people, because I'm used to dealing with them, and this is why you think it's socially acceptable to butcher and eat someone after killing them.
Why would it not be?
Like,
Your words lack sense, William.
Some things just don't need explaining. Really.
Yes, because human sensibility erodes logic and reason.
So would you mind if someone were to butcher you and eat you after you were dead?
Sure, why not? I'm dead. What am I going to complain about?
Do you have any family?
I have a mother.
Is she dead?
I have no idea.
If she were, would you eat her?
If she were dead?
Yeah.
Might as well.
Right. I think that probably explains quite a lot. At least I see your perspective now. I see your position. I understand it. But
it's progress.
Whilst you're in my fortress, let's try and not eat anyone if we happen to fall asleep for too long.
I know the duration. 11 minutes dead, and it's too late.
All right.
Okay. I keep a constant eye out the window, Neal. So I want to look for stuff.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by this place.
So this is that same day. This is the day that you've been searching, right? Grimes went up to the mountain and then came back. Ferris handed Yaromir the book. Yaromir goes to bed translating the book, or in the evening starts his translations, and we're gonna just move on to the next day.
Yep.
Who's got last watch again? That's Yaromir, right?
It's always Yaromir, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. The next morning, everyone wakes up. Here you are in this fort, which could use a name. Does anyone want to name the fort?
Flavor Fort? No.
Oh, wow.
No.
What should we call this mountain ridge?
Fort Pass?
Something alliterative. Fort Phallus. It's a big tower, right?
I think I like Fort Pass more than Fort Phallus.
Okay, Fort Pass.
Swiss after the holy cheese.
Tell you what, we'll call it Fort Pass, but then it's Phallus Tower, because there's a tower in the fort.
Look, you can call your phallus whatever you want, Ferris.
All right.
Cool.
William,
Yes.
you're going out to take a piss early in the morning.
Okay, outside. I was thinking I might just piss out the window at the top of the tower, but I'll go downstairs.
I mean, the wind is blowing in your direction, so don't do it.
So I try that, and then I get piss in my face. No one else is awake. God damn it.
Wisdom comes with age, right?
Yeah.
All right. On your way after wiping frozen piss off of your face, you step out the front door and give me a perception check.
If it was the dragon, I assume I wouldn't need any perception. If it was like right outside, so that makes me feel slightly better.
If he was right outside, he'd be rolling a fear save.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Neal.
All right, so you step outside. You find a nice little corner to do your business in. When it's like against a wall somewhere. When a large clump of snow like falls onto your back and shoulders and starts to like slip down your shirt.
The fuck, Ferris? Wait. Huh?
You look up and there is a 60-foot long white dragon standing on the wall 6 feet above you.
All right.
It's just kind of looking down at you.
Oh, nice.
No fear save?
GG?
No, not
TPK.
GG.
So you're like, you got your pants down, your back against a wall. You gotta do both your
What
businesses.
are we all doing? Are we just like
You guys are like
breakfast?
waking up and making breakfast, and the dragon's like on the wall, kind of looking at what the hell's going on over here, and strange creatures now taking a shit on the ground. What the fuck is this thing doing? It's just looking at you.
I'm taking a shit.
Yeah.
Now you are.
Yeah.
I've got my armor on there, right?
I mean,
My
you
watch-
literally rolled a 1 on your perception check. I was gonna have anything other than a 1 be you see the dragon on the wall when you step out, but you literally rolled a 1.
I feel like this is not the mood you wanted to set at the first sighting of Sleet, or at least
I mean,
not sighting.
You know?
So is it not? So it's not attacking me then.
No,
So
it's not
an
attacking you.
I think we've just caught this awkward moment where an unarmored William is squatting down, taking a shit. And
I don't think I'm
him and the
unarmed.
dragon lock eyes,
Definitely. And it's just looking at you.
just staring at each other while William shits.
Yes.
But really, am I really unarmored? Because my watch is over. I'm not sleeping.
I mean, it's like you woke up in the morning. Maybe you put on your armor. You're definitely unarmed, maybe? I don't know. Does it really matter at this point whether you're armed or armored? Are you going to try and fight the dragon right now by yourself?
It might as if I've got my shield.
That's true. I feel like he'd probably be armored. I don't
It's up to
think
you.
any of us really do
I
stuff
think I
like
would be. I think I would be armored. I mean,
It's
we're
a
in
dangerous
hostile
land,
territory.
sure. Well, here it is. It's staring at you with curiosity. As much
So I try-
curiosity as a lizard can muster.
How far am I from the door?
The door is on the other side of the courtyard, maybe 30 feet from you.
There's a courtyard? I thought it was just a tower.
No, it's wall, and in between is a tower and a building, and there's like a courtyard around it.
Oh, I'm getting a weird sense of deja vu here. I turn around to face it, and I slowly pull my pants up. I don't draw my sword. I draw my shield off my back and just hold it down. I'm not like putting it up in its face yet.
Its eyes become narrow slits as you draw your dragon scale shield. And with a leap of its legs and a flap of its wings, it takes to the air, raining snow all over you and your shield, and takes off.
Great. I back off into the tower ASAP. As soon as it turns its back to me.
Do we hear this inside the tower? The whooshing
No.
of wind or the...
You're inside a warm...
We're inside of the fort. It just it's a giant, like 80-foot long dragon that just leapt off the wall. I feel like we probably hear
the
that.
wall as it leaps, or...
I feel like
This
we
is the
probably felt
outer
the fort
wall,
shaking.
not the. This is the outer wall, not the inner wall. So it's not actually on the building that you're on. And you guys are in the like nice warm inner chamber where there's the most amount of cover from the outside.
So I have
no.
I have no idea what this fort looks like. I just want to throw that out there. If we're going to dragons visiting it, I feel like you should give us a map, because your first description was that it was the simplest fort imaginable, wall, tower. But now I'm hearing courtyards and other buildings.
Yeah. You,
Okay,
like,
so here
when
we
you
go.
described it, I thought it was literally just like one big building, like one big stone block.
So this stuff up here, this is mountain. This is mountain. Right?
So there's okay.
So there's two walls, and then between the two walls is a tower with a slightly larger structure at the bottom of it.
I see now. I was the way you made it seem. My interpretation was wall connecting at a tower.
I
No,
imagine
no.
that too, but this makes more sense.
This
Actually.
is the shape of it.
So was it on one of the walls or was it on the
Yeah,
mountain?
it was on this wall out here,
Okay.
which is kind of where you had gone to, do your business.
So I get to the door and as I'm about to shut the door behind me, I just give it a look. Like, can I see where it's going?
There's no doors, correct?
There are no
Yeah.
doors.
So as I
It
get-
is flying this way.
He shuts the
seems to
invisible
be-
door.
Turning around. No, it seems to just be leaving now.
Yep, just taking off.
Okay. So I slowly back into the room and turn around to see the party like chatting about. Well, did you guys hear it? No.
We're arguing about what to name the tower.
Yep.
You can't call everything phallus.
Shush. Everybody.
Maybe you can't, Grimes, but I take that as a challenge.
Shut up. The dragon, Sleet.
What about it?
Well, it was watching me take a shit.
You saw it? Grimes goes rushing to the door and
It was on the wall there. I don't know how I didn't see it.
can I see it?
It's my old eyes.
Can I see?
I'm
any
sorry, you
dragon?
walked all the way over to that wall right there. There was a dragon on it.
It blended into the snow.
And you
It was
didn't see
white.
you did not see the dragon on the wall that you walked to take a shit?
I didn't see it until I felt its breath.
What did it do? Did it just stare at you?
It just looked at me, and then I drew my shield, and it narrowed its eyes, and it flew off. I don't know. I think maybe it was offended, or maybe it wanted the shield. I'm not sure. But it didn't look that big. How big did it look, Neal?
It's definitely not as big as the kobold made it sound. Granted, it is the largest living creature you've ever seen in your entire life.
He said 80 feet when he described it to you.
Yeah, he did say 80 feet.
I mean,
80
that's
feet,
head-
all things together.
Probably head to tail.
Can I
Yeah.
roll a gauge check?
No, you're not a rogue.
Fine.
Sorry, buddy.
So yeah, I don't know. It didn't look as big as the kobold made it out. It's lucky that It's lucky that I had my pants around my ankles, or I would have, harpooned it.
Oh, I can only imagine the screams of William flying through the air.
And you screaming after it. There goes my next meal.
So there was no sign of it flying away by the time we poked out into the courtyard.
Nope, gone. Maybe disappearing off into the sky.
I think there's a big difference for Ferris and Grimes if they see a dragon disappearing off into the sky.
You see a dragon disappearing off into the sky.
Okay.
So, it knows we're here. We should probably leave or
Go back north.
construct some sort of plan to kill it. But
Thought you just said it wasn't that big.
it wasn't that big.
Didn't we come here to slay dragons?
Look, if we're going to fight it, now is not a good time. This is not
What?
a great location.
It seems like a pretty good location.
We can
I'm gonna
retreat
have-
inside and wait for it to just wait for us to come out so it can kill us.
You can just shoot it, right?
I have 6 arrows left.
Why? Why do you have 6 arrows?
How long do you think we've been here?
Oh my god.
We've been here for over a month, William.
Do you think a mere arrow kills a dragon?
Not one.
Not
Depends how-
6.
Not
Depends how big
6.
the arrow is.
If I had 20, I wouldn't feel confident about killing a dragon.
You wizards think that magic's the answer to everything, but no matter how big something is, if you stick it with enough swords, it's gonna die.
Yes, an army's
And
work.
I see 3 swords.
We are not an army.
Yeah, but my sword's really big. Well, it's not, but I'm really strong.
Look, William, this is no time for a pissing contest.
Do you need a bigger sword? I can make this. It will only last an hour or so.
If you did that thing where I could jump really high, I could jump on its back and...
I do not wish to see you dead, William.
Look,
I
my
think-
worry is that if it's watching us, if we head back up north, it might ambush us on the road, in which case, that's a lost fight. No chance.
If
Whereas
we
if
are ambushed here, it is a lost fight.
we've got more chance here. Do you not think?
I think we should head
I
north.
think you
Go
have
back to
zero
Flavor
chance
Town.
of fighting dragon.
I don't think we'd win a fight with the dragon. Look, if we find out we're going to be stranded down here for the rest of time because no boat is ever going to come back to find us, then we should just go fight the dragon, because fuck it, why not at that point? But we should go north. We're going to have a boat hopefully arriving to Flavor Town sometime in the near future, and I'd rather be there to take it back north. I'd rather not die in this god's forsaken continent.
What do you say, Grimes?
Cheers to that.
You want to go back up north?
I don't want to die here.
So you want to go north? Yeah? You got to vote.
Rug. North. As far as north goes, across the
Right.
sea, where it's not so bloody cold.
Well, let's give it half an hour to get away from here and we'll set out. Yeah?
Sure, that's enough time to pack everything up.
How much wood do we have left, Yaramir?
We have 104 pounds of firewood.
Is that enough to get us to the forest?
Should we
It
leave
should be.
that here? What do you mean to get us to the forest? We can walk to the forest in half a day.
A day, yeah. As long as we're not caught in a blizzard on the way.
I was hoping maybe we could just skip that forest and go, round and not fill up on wood till we get here.
We have to go nearly to the forest anyways. It's
Do
about a
we-
mile
Neal,
of a
can we-
diversion.
It almost looks like there's 2 paths, Neal. Is that inaccurate?
That looks like it goes over
The
mountains.
second one would have to be, you'd have to hike over the mountains.
Yeah. So I feel like either way we're gonna go here anyways.
Yeah.
So then from there it's like a 1 mile diversion to get to the edge of the forest.
What about southeast of the fort? Are there 2 paths down? 2 paths
Yeah,
out?
it looks like you could probably go this way. That looks like there you might be able to squeeze. You might have to go uphill a little bit. I'd consider it hilly terrain, but this is flat.
Okay.
I don't know if we've got any mandate to be going south at this point.
No.
No, we need to go north. We have to be ready for a ship to come
So
for us.
do we want to stockpile rations and firewood here at this fort?
I don't know if we have enough rations to be stockpiling them.
Can leave some wood though. Yeah.
Sure.
right? Lighten our load and refill.
Sure.
Line.
Drop what, 60 pounds of wood here?
Let's see if we can't get to below. Well, we'll never get below base, will we? Actually, if you
What's
guys
the weather like
carry-
today, Neal?
It is a calm day.
Okay, no, we can drop all the wood here and get the rest when we get back to the forest.
All right, cool.
All right, so
So if we drop all of the wood, Yaramir, are we moving at full speed?
We drop all of the wood.
Yeah.
Yep.
We would be 10.1 pounds over your maximum ability to move at a fast pace, according to my amazing brain.
So
Your calculations are truly incredible, Yaramir.
I know.
So-
I have most amazing brain. It's like Excel program is already in there.
It's like you have Georg's handy metric on permanent cast.
I do not know of this Georg, but I am sure he was a handsome and wonderful wizard like me.
So if Faris helps me pull, we can go at full speed, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
I can add another 40 pounds basically before I'm encumbered.
it's enough.
Okay. So we go at full speed, 2d6 plus 6, but it doesn't really matter because we're going to stop to collect firewood anyways.
All right.
So we're dumping all of our firewood. We
Yes,
don't have
all of it, because we're going to get to more wood anyways.
And you're going to take some of the weight.
Yes, so we're going full speed.
Okay,
So we're 10.1 pounds of effective weight. So in order to get that, we're going to need to drop like.
Can't you just help me pull the sled though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to pull
What
the
factor
sled.
does the sled take off?
It's 5, I
Huh?
think. Is it?
Yeah, it's a fifth of the regular weight.
1/5. Wow. Okay.
Yes. The regular sled was 1/2, or the like primitive one that we had was 1/2, and then the good one is
I don't think
a
we
fifth.
need to do them, but I can toss my backpack on the sled and help pull it as well.
Yeah, I think we're all right.
And we
All
can
right.
get it.
Give me your
Yeah.
2d6 plus whatever.
2d6 plus 6. We got 17 miles. Honestly, we could probably just make it to the other forest today.
Yeah, it seems like we're making
Oh
good.
yeah.
Yeah, we'd be able to make it there,
Can
I
you
think.
drag your token, William, and see if we can make
All
it?
right. So you get 5.7 miles. Let's call it 6
4.3 to get
miles all the way to the the trees here. Oh, you want to go to the other set of woods?
Hold on. Let me do the calc because we're going from there.
It was
That is
6
about
to
6
get
miles.
there, yeah.
So maybe not. Yeah, maybe not.
What if we explore north?
So it'd be about
We make
20.
it really fast down the mountainside. It's a nice day, so and I guess we're debating.
Yeah, it's a good point. Maybe we
Might
should
as
go
well.
north.
Sure,
Yeah.
as long as we stay in the trees. So yeah, we'll just go north, use some of our movement to go along this tree line that we're in.
Can I get a perception check from everybody in the party?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
21.
29.
21.
All right. Both Grimes and Yaramir, as you are making your way to this forest, you spot on this mountain peak back here that's kind of under the A in Marshall. You spot the dragon watching you guys as you kind of
why
peter
did
across
we
the
go
ground.
this direction?
Because we have to.
It's the only way down, unless we want to mountain climb.
Oh, I see.
That's the
Yeah,
Okay.
like this way would require us to go over
Uphill,
mountains.
yeah.
Okay, I see. Well,
So
Yeah,
it
so I
watches you as you
Yeah, that's fine.
make your way towards the tree line.
Just let us
Grimes-
know if it dive
Grimes
bombs at us.
shivers, hairs standing up on the back of his neck. Our voyeur returns. I nudged Captain.
Yeah.
Pointed out. Is it the kind of thing where they can't see it? Like it's
We probably just don't notice because we're both
Blends
busy
in.
like
It's
pulling the
really
sled.
well. It blends in, and they're like huffing at the front with the sled
Yeah.
on their backs,
Yeah.
and
so once pointed out, can they see it?
yes, once pointed out, and once it like shifts a little bit to knock some snow off of it, yes, it becomes apparent to everyone.
You see this thing? It's not so brave, is it?
I think it's curious.
I don't think it's outright hostile.
Perhaps it recently fed and it's not hungry.
Maybe it thinks I killed another dragon to get this.
I don't think it's scared of you, William. I know
Wow.
you said wisdom comes with age, but some of the things you've been saying and doing today have really made me question that judgment of yours.
You know, everyone's got their own interpretation of events, so I'll think what I want. You
I know, yours is just highly suspect.
think. Well, you know.
So yeah, I guess we just keep going north.
Yeah.
You stop and chop though.
No, I think
sorry,
No, we're not leaving the forest is the goal here.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
so that was 6 miles to get here. So let's go
So we have
another
another 11.
4 to get you to 10.
Yeah, can we get
let's-
like some reveals so we see what's going on?
Yeah. Looks like more woods before you. So that's 4. And let's go another 3, brings us to 13. Which is more woods. Probably do this.
Nice.
So
And
I
then
think we
go
stick to the edge, or do
another
we
4?
disappear into the woods?
Yeah, we can do another 4 going along this edge.
That's.
Okay.
Do we ever spot Sleet again, or looking back after
Yeah,
traveling?
now
over
that you realize it's watching you, you can keep a careful eye out and see it kind of following your movements for a little while. Like, it sort of like goes this way, and then it like takes off and goes and like perches on a mountain over here, and like hops over here, and then disappears for a while. And yeah, you keep spotting it in different places. There's also,
I don't think it should be able to see. Like, I don't think you could see a human from this distance.
probably not you. Yeah, but like dragon,
Who knows?
you have no idea. Yeah, it's got weird optics.
But we'll at least bet that staying under the canopy of the
Yeah,
trees.
so I
is the
think
best way.
when we realize it's sort of tracking our movements, we'll pull into the forest, just inside from the tundra, so we aren't really visible.
Right. Towards the end of the day, as you're kind of looking for a place to make camp, and the sun begins to go down behind the mountains, the dragon in question takes off and heads in this direction.
Okay.
In one long sustained flight.
Yeah.
Okay.
It must be somewhere up there.
Well, that was an exciting turn of events. At least we know it's not going to attack us on sight. Let's get some rest. We've done a lot of marching today, and we need to do a lot more tomorrow. Yaramir, how are you getting on with that book?
Oh, it's mostly done. Turns out the book is not all that entertaining. Mostly very rude poems.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
What's it?
Yes.
Could you
Many
describe them for me?
references
I'd be
to
very interested.
Phalluses and genitalia in flowery terms.
Oh, hey, that rings a bell. Can I see that again?
Could
Do I
you
recognize?
describe some of these for me? These poems sound interesting.
Sure. Yes, this one is a limerick about a fair maiden who is disappointed in her one-pump lover.
I think Ferris actually has like Yaramir read some of the poems translated verbatim, and that's just how they spend the evening.
Is it? I know this book. Is this Randy's Randy Limericks?
Amazing. You happen to know. Yes, this is title of book.
I used to keep a copy under my bed when I was a boy.
Is this really happening?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Is this an actual? Is this an
Yarmir
actual
able
conversation?
to produce enough limericks to keep us thinking that this is what the book contains?
Yeah, no. Ferris is asking for like verbatim limericks here.
Yeah. Do we sit around the fire that night listening to you read?
I probably
read
only
limericks?
can memorize like 2 or 3. Right?
no, I mean,
probably
like,
have to,
read these out for me,
read
like-
the rest of them, and I don't want to open the book. So Yaramir feigns some excuse as to why he doesn't want to read it. Perhaps he feigns modesty, and we'll only give you like 1 or 2.
William can spout them from memory, though.
So this is Randy.
Yes.
Yes.
How did
Yes.
How did William know? Have I heard of Randy's and his limericks? Like, or would these be?
You're illiterate. You've never read a book in your life.
Of course. But I mean, if these are these, like, would these have been exchanged in the streets or in brothels?
I mean, you've probably.
City?
If William will tell you some of the ones, then you've probably heard a few of them before.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the bigger question here is how? A 1,500-year-old fortress at the minimum.
I guess it's a 1,500-plus-year-old book of limericks.
But then, do I know enough about it to know that it's not that old?
I mean, there are plenty of ancient books that are still in circulation today.
Okay.
Yeah, but are limericks really that old?
How old is the
Poetry
Kama
is very
Sutra?
old. Poetry is a very old thing.
I try and think back to any limericks in the book that might date its age.
I mean, so if you're talking like IRL 1,500-year-old books, you're really talking like the Bible.
Bible,
but they
Torah.
all-
The Kama
Poetry-
Sutra is a book about sex that's 2,400 years old.
Yeah.
Neal, I might be able to remember a certain limerick that references the shattering or any other event or place.
No, there's no limerick that talks anything about the fall of the world.
So there's no way to demonstrate its age from its contents. Right.
None of the characters or places mentioned in the book are things that you know. It's always been assumed that they are made up places.
Okay.
No, poetry's been around for a long time.
It's one thing to speak of a classic text like the Kama Sutra, but
Right.
Randy's handy book of limericks, it surprises me that something like that would last.
Oh yeah.
I think that is the appropriate reaction to be having at this point in time, being like, really? This book of some guy's dirty poems has survived in Drekis for this long? You are having an appropriate reaction.
Yeah.
That's why
also,
he hit it as well.
Yeah, Virgil's Aeneid is pretty old. The Odyssey and the Iliad are pretty ancient. There are many.
Oedipus the King. Yeah, Oedipus the King is like
Gilgamesh
DC's.
is super old. There are plenty of old
poetry itself
stories.
is not the surprising thing. It's the fact. It's the content. The content of the book is what makes it so surprising.
I have never heard of anyone refer to Oedipus Rex as Oedipus the King. That is the first time I've ever heard that.
Really?
It's the literal translation, but like, I've never heard anyone refer to it that way.
Really? That's literally what it was translated to in the version I read.
Whatever. We're way off base.
Yeah. Anyways.
So actually, in hindsight, quite a disappointing book to have found, but it is rather amusing.
Well, potentially. I think we should ask some questions when we get back to the fort if we ever see it again.
Yeah.
At some point, I hand Grimes his gloves back discreetly.
All right.
So we keep going north. I think we would now like to, judging from what we can see, maybe follow a path that goes like that.
All right. That day is over.
And that's a long way of going around.
Is light, I believe. It's a
I'd say
6.
just cut across toward the coast like this.
You think?
Yeah. So we know that the forest connects to the mountains, right? So as long as we just like head toward the mountains, we know we're gonna hit forest, even if we can't see it from here.
Yeah, but there might be something up this side of this mountain. Like I don't see.
Maybe
We're still gonna make it before the 25th.
What's the date?
What's the date now?
The date is the 7th.
Yeah, we're easily gonna make
That's
it.
like 50 miles. Yeah.
Let's go this way. There might be something. There probably isn't, but there might be.
Oh, it's
So
only like 60.
All right. Give me a light day check.
All right, so DA +6. And we're going full speed now.
All right. You have no.
I guess we're not stockpiling firewood. We're just
Nah, we don't really
just-
need to.
we can just chop it down.
Yeah,
You
as long as
say-
we're staying in the forest.
And the
All right.
blizzard.
So you
No,
can
because-
end your day in the forest right here.
No, we're following
going-
the line.
we're going
We're
north.
Yeah, we're going
Oh, whoops.
north along this.
I thought we were having Nick move the token now.
Yeah.
He kept fucking it up,
With his-
so I
with
took
his
the
shit.
privileges away from him.
Yeah, those privileges didn't last long. They lasted about 10 minutes.
Yeah. All right. That brings you to the end of the 7th.
So can you reveal some of the map that we walked past? We should see the inside of that
Absolutely.
a little bit.
Maybe up that
Yeah, up to the left there.
up that canyon.
Oh, is there something down there?
Ooh,
It's a
we can
canyon.
check
Could be
another
anything.
time.
We should check it out while we're here.
I say we should probably avoid anything to the west.
Yeah.
The closer we get to west, closer we get to sleet.
Yeah,
Closer
I
we
say
get
just
to
keep
death.
going north for now.
Did we see Sleet today?
Look, I have 6 arrows left. I don't want adventure, William. I have 6 arrows left in my quiver. I want to go home.
You said you had 3 hours before.
6.
You said 3.
Look in the quiver that I had on my back when I said 6. There are 6 arrows, not 3.
I heard
6 is twice as many as 3. 6 is 3 2 times.
All right. Maybe you said 6.
Quick maths.
I still think we should check down this cavern, but I won't push the issue if you're all against it.
At least head a couple miles down it to see if we can get a view of.
That makes it 2 to 2, and I'm in charge, so
Wouldn't it if it cuts if it's a pass that cuts through the mountains?
it could be interesting to know about.
Could be a way out.
Oh, yeah, you probably would actually see the mountains at the back of it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so maybe not worth it.
Yeah.
There still could be something in there, though. Like, you might build something there.
There could be a lot of things.
And it
in
could
there.
be bad things in there.
Maybe if Grimes quickly climbed this mountain, he might be able to see what's there.
It's a bit dark for
Climb
that.
the mountain.
Just focus your chakra into the soles of your feet.
Let's see how the weather is tomorrow. If the weather's bad, we'll just carry on. If it's a mild day.
It is. It's a calm day. The 8th of March is calm.
Let's just check it out.
All right.
You say so. Am I climbing or are we heading down the
No,
We're just gonna head
Which
down, I
way?
guess. 17 miles. We have plenty of movement. We'll just go down and
Alright.
see what's there.
So you
We're not
head
really
down,
gonna explore.
let's say 5 miles. And
That was 3.
Is there anything there?
That was 3.
that was 5 from the center. I was using the spacebar method.
Oh, okay.
It's fun.
Well, there you see canyon walls and forest. There's no structures that you can see. You could spend the day and search the area if there's maybe a hidden mine somewhere, but without like walking along the edge of the mountains all over the place, you wouldn't be able to find a mine or a settlement.
Yeah. Well, you might
Let's
see a
just leave.
settlement. No?
Maybe, but like you're in a forest, a snow-covered forest. You'd have to like basically walk across it. You know, you'd have to stumble upon it. It's not going to be
Okay.
obvious.
We'll carry on north.
All right. That was 5 miles, so you can go another 12, which will get you to.
Yeah,
Stop!
at the edge of this
I can't
forest.
see when you're doing that. To
At the
there.
edge of the forest.
We'll just go to the edge, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. And let's see. I don't think we have any random encounters. No random encounters today.
And no sign of sleep after that first day, correct?
Give me a perception check today.
I think we're in the clear, boys.
31.
26.
You guys are keeping your eyes peeled, and there's no sign of a dragon anywhere to be found.
Okay.
Cool.
Next day is an 8, which is
Light, I believe.
Perhaps it is light. Yes.
9 miles.
7 to 9 miles. Brings you all the way up to here.
All right. Cool.
That is the 8th of March. The 10th of March. I'm sorry, that was the 9th of March. The 10th is another calm day.
6.
Yep.
16.
Wow.
Boom. We're making time now, boys.
6.
Stop it, Sean.
I'm measuring our progress.
You're about
Wicked
to see it.
We're double checking your work.
But you
Yeah.
can see my work when I let go of the thing. It shows you the distance and the exact numbers.
It shows
does.
it very, very, very quickly.
Yes.
But in a sneaky yellow color that we can't really see.
I will.
Yeah.
Ooh,
It's slightly
I actually
faded.
can't change the color, unfortunately.
That's
It's
all
all
right.
good.
I'm not lying to you, y'all. I wanted to get
Oh, no,
you
it's-
killed. I would. I have ways.
You would have ambushed William while he was
It's not hard. Just like, yeah, there's 3 white dragons. They're all flying right toward you. They look like they're
You don't
charging
even
up their
need
ice
to do
breath.
anything. It's one white dragon attacks.
No, you want to make sure that it's like you don't want anyone to be able to like scatter and escape, so you make it 3 to make sure they can chase down any
That
stragglers.
breath weapon would catch us all in a heart.
Unlucky rolls. I mean, I guess since I roll behind the screen, you guys, I could fudge anything.
Yeah.
Fudge anything.
Don't
We
say
won't.
that because then people in chat get all like hateful about like Neal doesn't show his rolls and he fudges numbers. Like Neal's excellent about that stuff. Don't feed the trolls.
We are
I'm
going
trying to
kill this
educate.
dragon, Greg.
As
Right,
best as I
whether-
can.
Whether you like it or not, it's going to die. At some point.
Oh, we'll kill
fight
it.
a dragon when we have enough. Like when you fight a dragon, you must research it. You must find its habits and its locales. You have to have an army at your back, and you need to trap it. Otherwise, it's going to fly up in the sky and murder you from the air, and you have no recourse for that unless you have very high level magics or very high level magic items.
Or a harpoon.
You are not strong enough.
The harpoon is not going to stop. Why? Okay, no. Let's move on with the game. We're getting
William's
distracted
just
here.
trolling us all here. All right, it's a moderate day. This
D6
next
plus
day.
3.
Yeah.
4 miles. It's a rough one.
Yeah, the winds begin to really pick up from the south, and you find yourself marching into them for part of the day. And moguls have formed all throughout the forest. It's a bitch of a movement.
All right.
That's the end of that day with still no random encounters down here.
Beautiful.
The next day is light as well, moderate as well.
Another 8.
Almost.
Ehon timing.
We're getting there. A couple more days, unless we get a blizzard.
You make it to here, and as you do so, Grimes, give me a perception check, buddy.
On it. 22.
All right. You're doing your usual kind of scouting ahead sort of stuff, right? Or are you needed to pull the sled?
It's just me and William.
Okay.
Okay, if you guys don't mind. Wait, I'm encumbered on my own. So if you guys can spare a couple of pounds, I could have
Yes,
a
I can.
sled.
Yeah. We can spare it.
So you're walking around when I guess this is they totally have the drop on you, but they opt not to use it. A group of 6 kobolds emerges from like underneath a snowdrift and kind of pop out looking at you. Maybe 15 feet away.
I look around. At
Your
the
companions
kobolds.
are a little ways behind you.
Yeah, am I like surrounded in like an ambush situation?
No,
or
it's
are they
just they're
pop
on
out?
one side.
I look amongst them. Do I recognize any? I can't even tell them apart.
Probably not.
They
give
all
me
look
give
the
me a
same to you.
charisma check. Let's see if you can.
Is kobold charisma like inverted regular charisma?
No. Give me a 30 or above, and I'll tell you if you can recognize one.
A 30?
Yeah.
My charisma is 12.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yes,
I'm a master
you
here.
recognize Sneeble amongst this group.
Okay, so these are wet. These are wet furs then.
Yeah.
Close.
Sneeble.
Sneeble turns to the other ones and says, "See, no fur. Look, no fur."
I scratch my beard.
One of the kobolds next to Sneeble takes a few steps forward and presents you with a leg, a caribou leg.
I reluctantly step forward and take it. Initially, I probably would have scorned it, but after these trials and tribulations, maybe this is a little more useful than my first thoughts. Thank you for sharing your kill. Wet furs? And I look around.
Flugel say, you kill giant thing, the big one.
Big fish?
No, big one. Flugel say you kill big ones, all big ones.
I flop the big braid of giant hair I have like hanging off my belt, or like in my back. Yeah.
The kobolds nod very excitedly at this.
Yes. Giant slayers. I mean, slayers of big ones. We were tracking big fish in the south.
They shrink a little at the mention of the big fish.
I think at some point around here the party catches up. Or...
Probably, yeah. Now you guys find Grimes arky-barkying at kobolds in the snow.
I think I'll stop before we get next to him if I know he's talking to kobolds.
What you want? To the kobolds, nothing. Have
They
you
shake
seen?
their heads.
I point to the ocean. Have you seen ships, sails, wooden fish?
They shake their heads.
Ever? We came in a wooden fish.
This is the best bit of this talking to kobolds.
Wooden fish mountain that move?
Kind of. Small mountain, not big mountain.
You says that this is not Sneeble. This is the other one next to Sneeble, saying you don't look, look like other Nofer.
Me? What do you mean?
It cautiously approaches you and starts tugging on your armor and your clothes and goes, "You have funny skin."
This is a second skin. I like point to my face. No fur.
Where your stick?
No fur.
You have no stick?
Ferris will be happy to show you his phallus. I nod to the elf. Don't get too close though, he bites.
It seems confused by the words you're saying.
I hand Ferris the leg of caribou.
Well, I could probably get a little bit of meat off this. Might be able to fashion a few bone arrowheads as well as a quick backup.
This other
Good
one's
idea.
face kind of lights up when it sees Ferris, like, ooh.
Careful.
Ferris kind of like sees it, and he kind of like gives him this big toothy smile. He's got like these sharp, pointy teeth.
It shakes its head again. Other? No. Almost same. You relate to other? You brother to other? No fur?
I shake my head. No.
Are you translating any of this, Grimes?
Probably not yet.
Okay.
Just barking, pointing at Ferris, who's baring his fangs. Anything you... I guess I'll turn to common. And anything you...
Well, what are they saying?
Nothing. They haven't spotted the boat. In fact, I don't think they even saw our original boat, so...
They seem to recognize Faris. Do we know these kobolds?
Yeah, that's Flugel, right? No, not Nurgle?
I don't know.
Noodle.
One of the other ones.
These are the wet furs. But Flugel has spread rumors of our giant slaying escapades.
Well,
I don't think we'll have much trouble with the kobolds here in the south.
all the gnolls, hopefully. Well, we don't really need anything from them, but I mean, might as well just ask if they know any way to pass the mountains to the north. So I know they don't, but
Yeah. Do you know? Yeah, I say our wooden ship has not returned. Our wooden fish has not returned. Do you know any way past the mountains in the north? We must
What that
return
mean?
to our
Mountains
wall.
end of world.
the wall. I like point north. There are more kobolds north of the wall.
World end, he says, pointing north.
Yeah. Okay. That's apparently as far north as any of them or their ancestors have ever been. At least in recent memory. I think we've gotten all we can out of them, and I point to the leg of caribou.
All right.
Do you say that out loud, Nick, or you just...
no.
Okay, I don't think Grimes makes that connection then.
Yeah.
And we depart these kobolds and head back to Treasure Town. Actually, we're making camp here, around here, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is partway through the day, so.
Yeah, but we make camp where we are on the map.
Sure.
Yeah.
The next day, the 14th of March, is a light day, just barely a light day. The winds calm down enough and push from your back a little bit.
That's nice. So D8 plus 6.
All right, fingers crossed, everybody.
And that might be enough.
That gets you
That's
there.
enough.
You arrive at Flavortown.
Is there anyone at the dock? Or any ship out? No.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any
I think we're gonna
sign
hold
that
up.
anything added to our sign? Or
Nope.
sign disturbed?
Nope. Completely
Doesn't
left
look like-
alone.
Anyone's been here.
Nope.
All right, so I've been doing some thinking as we've been marching on the road. Do you remember when we went down to the treasure room? There was the other passage right rather than left, and there was there was a cave in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember? If we're down here for a significant amount of time, perhaps we could try and excavate that area, get through. Maybe there's more stuff. We've got picks, right?
One problem, we have no rope to go down and back up. So if we go down the hole to the bridge, we have no way of getting back up to ice.
I've got some rope on my harpoon. It's not much. 20 feet. How deep was the hole?
I think that would be fine. I don't even think it was that deep. It was just made for quick
Can I
entrance.
get intelligence checks from the whole party, please?
Does it just go to the surface, Neal? Is that what you... 28.
All right, these are sufficient already.
Okay.
So you're coming back to this pit in the ground, and it looks very similar to that first time that you showed up here, where it's all like loosely covered with snow and it still funnels down. And you've been traveling this area. There have been non-stop blizzards. It rarely gets above freezing, or non-stop snowing. It rarely gets above freezing. And there's no you're starting to realize that there's no way in hell that there should still be a pit here. If it keeps snowing at this rate and melting at this rate, this pit should have been filled in with snow by now, and yet it's not.
Yeah, I think we noticed that last time, right? There's some.
Yeah, I mean, it was always like that. Like, why is this here if it's been
Sure,
around
okay.
for such a long time?
I don't remember if that had come across or not, but
Yeah.
once again, the
thanks for the
snow
reminder.
levels are roughly, just a few feet thick.
I think the snow melts beneath the surface or something, and it funnels down or something. I don't know.
I mean, that's always been a thing, though, where the snow doesn't melt that much, but it keeps on falling. It should just be piling up more and more across the entire continent. But it's never been more than like a couple of feet. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always been a weird thing.
So what's the plan? We hole up here for another couple of weeks?
I guess so, yeah. And I might try and do some digging if anyone wants to help.
I guess it beats sitting around. Should we gather some wood?
Yeah. Give me a hand. And I'll, because we've got a wood cutting axe and Sanko's axe, so I think the two of us can chop wood at once.
Sure.
Yeah, and I've got a hatchet.
Yeah,
The next-
Did we bring all of that? We forgot to bring our wood cutting axe.
Oh, did we? Okay, so
Yeah.
Sanko's axe and the hatchet.
All right. You guys cut some firewood for yourselves. William, you're chopping down trees, and you hit again into another live tree right on the coast. It's the closest tree to the ocean next to the town.
I don't know. I stop chopping that one. I go and chop another one, and as I'm chopping, I just think, and I'll do like a little recce around the area and chop some trees and try and see if there's any more.
Sure. You will find a few other ones, but they're few and far between.
Less common than they were in the first area that we've marked on the map.
Perhaps.
Okay, well, I mean, is there enough for me to try and triangulate a center like I wanted to do with the other place? Like, do they become more common if I go in one direction?
You can do the next. You can spend Wednesday, the 15th, doing that if you'd like.
Yeah.
And the answer is no. That they do not really become more common. They seem almost at random.
All right. After I'm sure of that, and I've gathered more than enough wood for the next, couple of weeks, I will go to digging out, excavating the hole.
Okay. We're gonna end just about here. The evening will end on the morning of Thursday, the 16th.
Of March?
Of March, because on the morning of the 16th, you wake up, climb on top of your building, and see sails in the distance.
Oh my word!
Heading your direction.
Is it the Sea Skipper? Is that what it's called?
We're gonna
Yeah,
have to
those are the
wait
same ship.
until next week to find out. But there is a ship coming down this canal, this bay.
Does it not? Does it fly the Drakkis flag? Do they fly the Drakkis flag?
We'll have to wait till next week to
Okay.
find out.
All right.
Cliffhangers.
Okay. Cool.
All right. That is going to wrap us up for Frozen Frontier this week. Any final words before we take off?
Yeah, why are you encroaching on my turf, Neal?
How much
You
XP
put up a
do I
discussion
get?
thread already.
I
went to do it, and
It's
I
already
saw
there.
there was already up, and I thought, whoa.
How much
Not cool.
XP did we get?
Ooh, I will start calculating XP while you guys... do you have anything else that you want to share between each other before we close out?
Not really. I think we just need to see what happens with the ship.
Yeah, I was going to say we could talk about what our plans were, but if there's a ship,
Yeah, like if we see the ship, I think that's kind of like the cliffhanger to end it on.
Sure. Well, let's see. You discovered the wall, the southern mountain range that people have been referring to as a wall. There was a fort that you've discovered. You saw the dragon for the first time and even had a close encounter with it. No fighting there. I don't quite want to say befriended kobolds, but you've had some educational experiences with them.
Same with the group of gnolls.
And you
with
had some
the,
educational experience with a group of gnolls.
I feel like we befriended the gnolls more than the kobolds, honestly.
Yeah.
We even had a handshake in there.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a meaningless handshake because he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised Grimes didn't translate that. Like, it's a show of respect or something.
He took the hand. Whatever.
All right. Why don't we all take home 800 experience points for today's exploration and identification, even though there wasn't much in the way of combat.
Let's do 2, 2, 4, 5, 3.
0.45.
Oh man, it's a long way to 6.
Yeah.
I'm only 5K away.
Nice.
All right.
It's Warriors, man. We suck.
Well, that's going to be it for today. Do you guys have anything you'd like to tease next time? What are you going to do? Or is it just going to be dependent on what you find out?
Well, we'll be getting some third level spells, hopefully.
Yeah, I think we're heading
assuming we go back
I
to
would
the
like some
fort.
level spells, yes, please.
Yeah, no, if we could do those too, that'd be nice. Neal, make it happen.
All right.
Yeah, no, I guess we're gonna have some NPC interaction. That should be fun.
We don't have much loot, so we're going to struggle to explain that to Captain Hughes. But if we're not
really easy, a dragon stole our loot.
We don't report to Captain. We don't report.
Look, we'll
to
get
Captain
you
Hughes.
like a couple million more copper. We just have to kill a dragon really fast.
Yeah, no, we don't report to Hughes, but I suppose the princess won't be happy. But if we're not ready,
it's been a profitable venture so far.
Yeah, we can maybe head down the other side of the mountains next time if we're not ready to fight the dragon, because I don't think we want to head south beyond that fortress. We've explored everything else.
All right. Well, we'll leave it up to next week then. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.